glass open on a kitchen tile. Steam writes mercy in a cursive smile. I count my breath like coins I've signed. When the battles are over, there's nothing left but kind. I kept a ledger made of iron and ash, roll out totals in the soldier's sash. I measured men by the weight they threw, built taller walls than truth could shoot. But doors don't sing for a fist that pounds. They learn the hands that spare their sounds. I traded thunder for a humbler grind and found the only wealth I keep is kind. Now small tools wait where anger stood, a cloth, some oil, a plan for good. A quiet bench, a chair aligned. What power remains is the power to be kind. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a sharpened mind, set down the blade, pick up the kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I pass a stoop with a lopsided rail, 2 screws shy of a safer tale. A neighbor shrugs, I meant to fix. We trade a laugh for nails, 6 ticks. No sermon there, no proof to stage, just borrowed time from a quieter age. He says, you save me, I shake my head. You'll do the same for someone's bread. We write a treaty with a level line, tight grain joint, the edge is fine. The street learns patience intertwined with smaller word that chooses kind. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns politely blind, open the window, call in kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I wore a suit that made rooms bow, silk like thunder on a clever brow. It held my fears with polished pins, looked like power, felt like sins. I hung it up where ghosts undress, watched it wilt into something less. Denim and linen learned my spine, taught my shoulders a gentler line. What good is iron without a door? What good is more when you need restore? I stitch my name in a softer bind, a coat that fits the weather of kind. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If yesterday asked for a stricter fine, offer your hands and call it kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll lower them down and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Ooh. Bring me the miles I sprinted then, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide the tar band once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory begs for a neon shrine, feed it bread, water it kind. say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A letter waits with a quiet thanks about the hinge by the garden planks. I fold it twice the simple way, a receipt for time I chose to stay. Down at the corner a widow stares at groceries tall as her public cares. We split the weight across 2 streets, neither hero, just human feats. No choir call, no corn was signed. We reached the door, the rest was kind. She touched my wrist, said, bless your mind. I answered, yours, we're both aligned. Hold that 4, let the rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If thunder knocks with a blazing mind, show it the sink, we're in sync kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I open the drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vine. Some I send with a steady pen, some I keep for the kitchen's amen. A boy drops coins in a dented jar, saves for a bike like a private star. Add a bill in a folded slide, don't sign my name, let luck decide. He don't smile way and doesn't know, that's the point of certain glow. The brightest lights are undesigned, they warm the room and leave it kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, writing his scribe on the windows, lighting shafts sign for class of brand iron. Money penny to stick or sand. When life is finally underlined and Julius Squirtle livified, there's nothing left but kind. There's nothing. Door sighs once like a kind old friend, mat so clean it forgets where you've been. Piano in the hallway counts to 4, dust floats wholly through a patient door. You put down the keys and the day loosens too. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. The kitchen knows the storms you wore. Kettle translates them into something warm. Tile remembers your heavier shoe, still offers light where you tend to bruise. The window keeps your name like steam, wipes it softly when you need clean. You don't need thunder to prove you came. The fridge light whispers your true name. You sit with bread with ordinary grace, a chair that takes the weight you face. You learn your breath, the slower view. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the lamp be the gentler guide. If yesterday knocks like a debt come due, let the floorboards answer, we know you. These rooms forgive you, walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth these rooms forgive you. The sick keep secrets you confess to. Soap rinses the iron out of rope. A towel folds open like a small new prayer. Says you are allowed to leave it there. The hallway mirror is kind tonight. Leaves out the battles, keeps the bright. It edits the ache but spares the true enough for the better part of you. You hang your coat on a faithful hook. It doesn't ask which road you took. You learn to bless what you once outdrew. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward till the strings lean low. Let piano leave spaces where meanings grow. If pride returns with a sharpened cue, open a window, let mercy through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, in the study, silence keeps a pen. Pages waiting like patient friends. You write one letter you'll never send. Fold it in peace and let it mend. The bookshelf holds what time made wise. Stories that teach a gentler size. Clock ticks off like a second chance, turning regret into usable plans. You all a hinge on the door you hurt. Sweep the footprints of a harsher word. A softer craft, a steadier glue. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 till the heart stands true. Let breeze arrive like morning dew. If memory begs for a brighter view, turn on the lamp and leave it to you. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory needs a neon view, feed it supper. Wash a few, say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. Oh, bedroom hair wears a linen calm. Curtains murmur like a psalm. You place your anger on the chair. Wake to find there's less to wear. The roof doesn't promise drought or sun. It simply holds while seasons run. What's lost returns in a humbler hue. What stayed grows green and honest too. You learn to keep the small things fed. Water the plant, unmake the dread. A lamp, a book, a view made new. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward, let the rim click stay. A heartbeat and a quieter day. If shame arrives in a louder blue, lay out a blanket, let it through. These rooms rooms forgive you, walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, you call a friend you should have called. Say what you meant and spare the gall. The hallway smiles at the way you learn to keep some bridges built to return. A neighbor knocks, the fence won't stay. You bring your tools and half the day. Two measured hands, one humble clue. Fixing his gate repaired you too. The house breathes out.
The rain don't stop for a guilty man. It falls the same, it just don't land. The glass still shakes when the night gets loud. The past still stands where I once vowed. The whiskey hum, the soul debates between the door of love and fate. And the night she knows mercy came too late. I built my walls from pride and smoke, watched her drown in every joke. She begged for warmth, I gave her cold. Called it strength, but it was old. Now I drink in a room she used to light. Her laughter gone, but the ghost still bites. You know I pray, I hesitate. Mercy came too late. The mirror don't lie, it just reflects the wreckage love can't resurrect. Her scent still walks these hollow halls, soft as grace, hard as walls. I said her name, it hurt to speak, like prayer from lips that turn too weak. Each word I whisper sealed my fate. Mercy came too late. No preacher saves a stubborn heart when it's too proud to restart. You can beg the sky, you can fight the flame, but forgiveness don't wear your name. The truth don't chase, it just waits. Stands beside your slow mistake. And when it knocks, you hesitate. Mercy came too late. So pour one for the man who saw too clear when the light was gone, not when it was near. He laughs soft, tries to meditate, but mercy came too late. It hums like sorrow through his veins, a quiet echo that still remains. He ain't seeking grace, just faith, 'cause mercy came too late. I wrote a name on an envelope, but the ink ran wild with no hope. The words said sorry, but they bled. Each line I wrote just filled with dread. The wind took it from my hand, like time too cruel to understand. The sky turned black, the soul sedate. Mercy came too late. I stood outside the church she loved, watched candles flicker like the ones above. The pews were empty, the choir was gone. but the silence still sang her favorite song. I left one rose on the 7th seat, the one where she'd rest her feet. And though I whispered through the gate, mercy came too late. The man in the mirror don't pray no more. He's tired of knocking on closed doors. He says, son, you had the chance, the time you turned love's rhythm into rhyme. Now the blues don't punish, it reminds that guilt's a friend of broken minds. You can't rewrite what sealed your fate. Mercy came too late. I felt a touch in a dream last night, soft as sin, gone by light. She said, I forgive, but not for you. It's just what dead hearts learn to do. I woke with tears I couldn't hide, like ghosts that won't step aside. Each breath I take, each step I wait, mercy came too late. Pour one for the man who don't belong, who hums her name through every song. He still prays low, but heaven's gate, yeah, mercy came too late. Raise that glass to what's been lost, to every heart that knows the cost. No pardon left to reinstate. Mercy came too late. Smoke grows thick, the tone breathes deep. Forgiveness watches, but it won't weep. I play a tune on broken strings. Each note confesses, each silence stings. The blues don't lie, it just translates. Every wound mercy can't sedate. And in the hush I resonate. Mercy came too late. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I've walked roads I can't endure. If heaven waits, it waits in vain. For men like me, don't change the chain. I breathe in guilt, I exhale hate, still hoping peace won't hesitate. But when I look, the truth's innate. Mercy came too late. Ain't no choir to cleanse my soul, just a hum of blues that takes control. No angel waits beyond that gate. Whoa, mercy came too. Morning steps over the old back fence, a soft gold mercy without pretense. Dust turns holy in a patient ray, and for the first time in a long, long time, the light decides to stay. I used to hold my breath for storms, build my walls in thunder forms, kept a code for every doubt, wore it in and never out. I learned to oil my noisy doors, sweep the anger off the floors, name the tools that mend a day, and leave the rest to walk away. Now coffee warms a gentler bone, silence feels like something grown. The window writes a softer way.
The light knows me and it stays. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clean guide. If yesterday knocks with a louder say, smile one step back, let daylight pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. I walk the block with a listener's gate, arriving early, leaving late. A neighbor's hinge confesses rust. We share a rag and trade in trust. 2 kids chalk rings around the sun. Argue colors, call it done. Their mother laughs a working hymn. I hold the bag and breathe with them. I used to crown myself with flame, burn the evening just to name a victory no dawn could wait. Now light keeps score by staying. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a louder play, point it to bread and let it stray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. There's a drawer of unmailed lines, letters to bridges and winter vines. I send a few with kinder ink. I keep a few so time can think. The mirror does a gentler job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the saw. A button patience, stitch it neat, wear it where my pulse can meet. The man I was is not a ghost. He sets the table, pours the toast. We eat our peace in common clay. The living proof the light can stay. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory begs for a harsher day, I turn the lamp and let it pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. Bring me the locks I force for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too sharp. I'll speak them soft, teach night to heart. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once, then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sign, give it supper, salt and thyme. If power asks what is for today, to keep the light and let it stay. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. A letter arrives with a thank you hand. About that gate you came to mend. I fold the note the quiet way, a small receipt for a brighter day. The mailbox hums a copper cord. The porch boards nod like they're restored. I sweep the dust, I spare the bees, I leave the clover for their ease. The sky puts silver on the lane, and even shadows lose their strain. They're only proof of what life says. I'm here, I'm warm, I'll stay. Hold that four, let the snare lie low, let the organ breathe and the strings say go. If glory turns with a borrowed play, offer a chair, then fade to day. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. I sit with dusk like an old good friend, naming the ways we didn't bend, the doors we oiled, the words we saved, the hours we gave to the unenslaved. I phone the man I used to fear. We trade our names and drop a year. No ledger speaks, no tally calls, just space enough for mercy's walls. And when I hang the gentler line, I feel the color turn from wine to wheat to bread to daily grace. The light keeps finding my face.
Ain't no mercy in a diamond shine, because it's deep as a bottle of time. The suit still fits, the soul does not. Every win I made came with a cost. The silence hums where the crowd once screamed. The mirror's honest, cruel and mean. In the night, she knows what I've become. I walked through rooms lined with smoking glass, shook hands with ghosts who never laughed. They smiled wide but their eyes were cold. Each deal I made, another piece I sold. My pocket's heavy, my heart gone thin. You can't buy peace when you trade your skin. And though I sleep on silken foam, gold don't keep you warm. The table's full but the chair feels bare. Laughter fades into empty air. Every toast just burns my throat. Every friend another note. I build my castle out of ash, watch the years go up in cash. The taste of winning feels like storm, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. No preacher ever told this truth, that sin wears a tailored suit. The blues don't care how you climb, it waits in every glass of wine. The higher you sit, the colder the flame, the richer the lie, the sharper the pain. And when the noise fades to form, gold don't keep you warm. So pour one for the man who took it all, built his name just to watch it fall. He laughs low, still dressed in charm, but gold don't keep you warm. It shines like sin, it hums like shame. Another crown without a name. I ain't searching peace, just calm, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. I walk the halls where my echoes stay. Each step a debt I failed to pay.
The walls remember what I ignore. That comfort's cheap, but soul's worth more. Voice still haunts the marble floor. She said you won, but what for? And I just stare through the golden storm. Gold don't keep you warm. The phone still rings, but I let it die. I got no truth left to justify. The parties fade, the faces change. Every cheer just feels the same. I used to think the night was kind. Now she just reads my state of mind. The liquor burns where pride was born, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. The man in the mirror smirks again. Says you traded love for a house of sin. He's dressed sharp, but he bleeds inside. A king with nothing left to hide. The ink on my hands won't wash away. It's a price I pay to play this way. Every promise I bent, every norm still gold don't keep you warm. She used to hum when the rain came down. Now just hear the city sound. The perfume lingers on the stairs. Goes too real, too unaware. I tried to pray, but I've gone too far. The blues don't answer to who you are. Each memory burns, your silence torn. Gold don't keep you warm. Pour one for the man who don't belong, whose crown weighs heavy, whose nights are long. He still hums low through the storm. Yeah, gold don't keep you warm. Raise a glass to the sins we buy, to every truth we let go by. No kingdom left to transform. Gold don't keep you warm. The blues don't fade when the lights turn down. It sleeps in silk, it wears your crown. Each note I play feels less like art, more like confession from the heart. I chase a piece I can't perform, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. And in that hush beneath the storm, gold don't keep you warm. I ain't holy, I ain't free, but I still play a minor key. If heaven's rich, I'll take the street where truth and silence always meet. My shoes are clean, my soul is not still chasing meaning. I forgot the night forgives, a day to form. Gold don't keep you warm. Ain't no choir to sing my tune, just a hum of gold under the moon. It don't cry, it don't reform. Gold don't keep you warm. It's a lover cold and unaware. I fade, I fall, I lose my form. Gold don't keep you warm. So pour one for the hollow kind, who lost their soul but kept their shine. For the men who traded truth for charm. Yeah, gold don't keep you warm. No light, no grace, no calms. There goes playing the same old song. And if I fade, remember my form. Gold don't keep you warm. I seen kings bang back broken late, but just no cross gon' break the gift. I seen novas leave the sweetest bears, and damn bell reach a wish stairs, and never used the dick of form. The whole goes mound at the deal we own. So there's no clone that final form, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. Bar's been closed an hour, but the ghosts keep time. Neon hums a half-remembered rhyme. I flip my lighter like a priest flips pages. Smoke writes songs that forgive old wages. Chair knows my weight, glass knows my hand. Night knows every name I used to stand. If I talk, it's to the ash and the ceiling stain. A quiet chord where I plead my pain. I wasn't born mean, I learned the math. What you keep, you count, what you love, you have. A boy with pockets full of dark yard wind. A mother who passed truth thinner than skin. My father spoke little, taught me the stare. How to hold a room like it borrows your air. First deal I cut, the knife was time. I paid in patience, collected in rhyme. I gave the city something it could owe. Shelter in winter, a place to grow. But charity's a mirror that steals your face, and power is a choir you must conduct with grace. The ledger grew thicker than the church's book. Every favor a hook, every handshake a look. I kept the streets humming like a bass line vow. Never raised a gun, didn't need it somehow. But mercy wears thin when the crowd needs proof. You start adding thunder to a weathered roof. Tonight I count shadows like I count sins. Every loss a lesson, every bruise a hymn. Breathe slow, let the guilt ride low. Turn the snare to snow. If a man must break, let him break in two. The one he was and the one he grew. This is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever hurt what I meant to hold, no, I paid full price in cold. I don't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. There was a girl with eyes like a courtroom dawn. She saw the man I wore and what was gone. Said, love's not leather, it doesn't fit tight. I said, love is weather, I forecast night. We danced on a floor made of unspent tears. Stepped over rumors like discarded gears. I gave her my watch, she gave me her vow. Time kept moving, we never learned how. A brother in arms took the wrong left turn. Chased the quick fire, forgot the slow burn. I told him you can live on a louder street, but quiet collects what loud can't keep. He didn't listen, I buried my pride. Left a rose on a coat that couldn't decide. I pay my respects with a folded bill to the choir of names that won't sit still. And every night the trumpet asks for rain. I pour whiskey till the past goes sane. Still under the brass and the bar's dim mirror, I see a boy who wanted to be nearer. Breathe slow, let the truth unspool. Turn the mirror cruel. If a king must kneel, let him kneel to time. If forgives in prose, condemns in rhyme. This is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever chose war over reach, no, I learned the cost I preach. I don't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. The city thinks I sleep with a crown on, but crowns are chairs you sit on alone. I own nothing that can't leave by dawn. Even loyalty walks home on its own. I've forgiven once where twice were killed. I've held my fire the way saints hold will. I've dressed my anger in a dark silk coat, then left it in check room without the note. Man, call me boss like the word is safe. They don't see the ledger under my faith. Every deal is a door that takes your name. You leave lighter, but you're never the same. I bought quiet at a price too steep to tuck the city's heart in sleep. On Sundays I pay the brass to play slow. Let the horns confess what I won't show. If God is counting, He counts the rest. measures where I hit my test. Breathe slow, let the past sit down. Take off your borrowed crown. If a sin must speak, let it speak in tune. A D minor hymn to a ballroom moon. This is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever turn kindness, then know I thickened it later under skin. I don't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. Yeah, this is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever broke what I swore to keep, you know I lay awake while the city sleep. I won't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. And when dawn asks who I've been, I'll answer, the man who learned to begin. Light a ship, night exhale. Rain walks home along the rails. I leave the key where the bar was, till the more the bar will close. The car was alone. Vet it in midnight, a sloth thing my word city gown goes. Sleep takes possession. I lead with spoke and a clean expression.
Dawn loosens the knot on the eastern seam. Mist folds slow like a patient dream. Gravel breathes under honest shoes. Water speaks in quiet news. I touch the rail of a weathered shore. The river moves, but it don't rush anymore. I used to chase what the thunder sold, trade young fire for borrowed gold. Ran with a clock clenched in my jaw, bit down on seconds till I cracked the law. Every bridge was a dare to run, every street a loaded gun. Now I count by softer signs, bird prints stitched in muddy lines, steam from a mug that forgives the cold, stories that learn to age, not fold. I wear a coat with fewer wars, let wind edit what time ignores. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the calmer guide. If yesterday bangs like a locked old door, let water answer, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It turns sharp stones to a kind of foam, teaches a spine how to weather a storm. I lift my hands and I ask no more. I walk beside what I begged before. Call it mercy, call it Lord. The river doesn't rush anymore. men drown in a thimble of need, argue with blessings, sprint past the seed. I've watched loud hearts hire a crowd to clap for the breaking they wore like a shroud. I've bargained with rage and I've rented regret, paid too much for a faster bed. But patience writes smaller checks that clear at dawn without side effects. A heron stands like a seasoned judge, feeding rumor, mine won't budge. He blinks the noise off both his eyes, signs the minutes and lets them rise. Breathe on full, let the snare stay faint, leave the drum for the softer saint. If pride comes limping to settle a score, let the river say, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It rounds the edges, the city wall, returns the name to a truer core. I give my hurry to the water's floor. It dissolves like salt I can't restore. Call it wisdom earned in pores. The river doesn't rush anymore. There's a road that taught me how to bow without losing bow, to stand like fence posts hold a field, firm below and warm to yield. I used to think that peace was weak, till silence answered when I'd speak, till mercy held my shaking hand, till rest rewrote my business plan. Now when a rumor lifts its blade, I change the light, not the parade. The younger me would press and roar, the older me opens one more door. Bring me the miles I tried to sprint, the letters I sealed but never sent. Bring me the locks I broke for show, I'll oil the hinges and learn them slow. Let the guitar bend like willow bone, let the bass say stay, be stone. If time is water and I'm the shore, let love erode what hurt was for. Say less, hold more, count to 4, let it pour. A kid throws sticks where the eddies spin, watches each choice decide its end. Some sink quick, some turn and glide, some find the far bank's patient side. His mother laughs at a stubborn twig, says even the small learn how to dig. I taste a memory on my tongue, the first time failure kept me young. When I stop forcing every bend, let a smaller victory be my friend. When later wasn't loss or chore, just ripples moving toward a shore. Count to 4 till the fear grows bored, let quiet be the last strong word. If lightning brags like it owns the floor, I show it water, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It hums the names we used to score, turns sharp to round from push to pour. I give the wheel what water swore, to mold, to live, to live a score. Not any Labolito. The river doesn't rush anymore. Sappho's odor, other can fulfill. Wind says may nevermore. A town's the tower with a melon shore, to carry stow, to let it know. crooked wire. My breath smells like smoke and tire. Another night with nothing to prove, just the echo of the man I used to move. The whiskey speaks where words can't live, a quiet sermon no priest could give. In the dark, she nods, she always forgives. I left a town that forgot my fate, chasing ghosts I could never replace. Dreams turned cold in the neon rain. Every step I took just spelled my name. She said, baby, love's a game of debt, and I'm still paying what I can't forget. I light a match just to watch it fade, 'cause whiskey don't forget mistakes I made. The jukebox hums the same old lie, promises burning while the years go by. Stranger nod says I know that pain. We toast the past and lose again. A shadow moves where a perfume stays. It's been 10 years but it smells the same. Every night I try to reset, but whiskey don't forget. No preacher waits, no choir sings, just bottles lined like wedding rings. You can pray or curse the flame, but it'll still spell out her name. Sin comes cheap, truth comes late. Heaven's locked, I missed that gate. And every sip's a cold duet, 'cause whiskey don't forget. So pour one for the man who lost his fight, still singing low through another night. He left soft at what he regrets, yeah. Whiskey don't forget. It hums my sorrow in a golden tone, cuts through bones straight to the soul. I ain't begging peace, just to reset, but whiskey don't forget. Photos torn, but her smile still stings, like a chord that never stops to ring. I left a name carved on a ballroom door. She left her heart on my bedroom floor. The past don't sleep, it just waits in line with an open seat and a glass of wine. I try to heal, but the blues still bet that whiskey won't forget. The road arms low, the ties confess, every mile a wound I don't address. I chase forgiveness down dead-end streets, but mercy don't speak to men like me. I see your face in motel glass, reflected pain that just won't pass. I smile faintly, try to reset, but whiskey don't forget. The man in the mirror grins too wide. He's tired of watching me run and hide. He says, boy, the truth is a debt unpaid, and whiskey's the price that never fades. The blues ain't cruel, it's just fair. It gives you pain, 'cause nothing else cares. You lose your soul, your last roulette. Still, whiskey don't forget. I used to play loud for a crowded room. Now I hum slow in the shadows tune. She said I'd drown in my own regret. Now I float on a sea I can't forget. The night don't judge, it just takes its due. Each drop a story I swore was true. The flame still burns my silhouette. Whiskey don't forget. Pour one more for the ones who tried to love too hard and reset, yeah. Whiskey, don't forget. Raise that glass to the sinner's song, where right feels right and wrong feels strong. No crown, no party, no dignity, 'cause whiskey, don't forget. I sold my peace for a steady flame. Signed the night beneath my name. The bar's near empty, but the sound still sways. A broken prayer to better days. Each note bleeds, each silence weighs. She's gone, but a ghost still plays. And in that hush, a cold regret, whiskey won't forget. I ain't holy, I ain't free, but I still keep time in minor key. If hell had a stage, I'd play it blue, 'cause the devil drinks the same as you. My song's a scar I can't outplay. It follows me night and day. I drink the dreams not finished yet, 'cause whiskey don't forget. No choir hums, no dawn redeems, just a low hum of forgotten dreams. The truth don't fade, it just resets. Whiskey, don't forget. It's mercy's twin with a bitter face, a cold hand, a warm embrace. I fade, I fall, I owe that debt. Whiskey, don't forget. So pour one for the silent kind who left their peace but stayed behind. For every man the world misread, yeah. Whiskey, don't forget. No crown, no light, no silhouette, just the smoke of a no regret. And if I'm gone, remember yet, the whiskey don't forget. Fall. A quiet hill with the grass laid low. Telephone wires hum what the seasons know. Boot soles find the truth of ground. Piano of crickets, no other sound. I open my palms to whatever's been and feel the old clean weight of the wind. I used to fight weather with iron lungs, argue with thunder like it owed me songs, chased every rumor with a sharpened shoe, turned every whisper to something I do. But storms get bored of the boy who shouts, teach him the value of leaving things out. Now I stand smaller and hold more sky, let clouds pass through without asking why. The trees keep counsel with a patient sway, counting to 4 till the rage goes gray. A leaf rides past with a saint's small grin and knows how to travel the weight of the wind. Breathe on forward, don't force the air, let your ribs be a rocking chair. If pride wants volume in velvet skin, answer softly, carry the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can't endure. It presses and blesses the bones I mend. I bow a little then rise again. No crown, no witness, no oath to spend, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. to repair what I used to replace, to sand down anger to a workable grace, file off edges that begged for blood, trade iron for patience and fire for wood. My name used to knock like a bailiff's fist, now it arrives like a morning mist. I keep my promises near the wrist, so when I reach they won't be missed. A widow sweeps a stoop 2 doors down, hums a hymn that wears no crown. We share a nod that could feed a town, a treaty of ordinary worn like a gown. The wind signs off with a cedar's pen, rides carry less on the skin of men. Count to 4 while the snare stays thin, let the heart say stay and the breath come in. If yesterday asked to be loud again, point to the hill, say listen, wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It straightens posture, slows the end, teaches a spine how not to bend. No throne, no trumpet, no staged amen, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. There's a coat I wore through a furious age, lined with the clatter of a louder stage. I hang it now on a quieter hook, let fabric remember what rage once took. My hands smell faintly of oiled old keys, doors I can open without making pleas. Not every lock needs force to spin, some undo easy with the wind. I measure my strength by what I spare, by paths I leave for others to wear. If a bridge needs toll, I'll pay in peace, offer my silence by release. I'm learning to lose like a patient friend, to give the victory to the wind. Breathe on 4, let the drums stay low, let the strings lean in and let them go. If fear demands a harsher end, answer with breath, answer with wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It lifts my anger from under the skin, turns sharp to round, turns lost to kin. No medals pinned, no debts to spin, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Bring me the doors I slammed for proof, I'll hinge them soft beneath this roof. Bring me the names I said too fast, I'll speak them slow till the hardness pass. Bring me the miles I sprinted then, I'll walk them back in a steadier skin. Let guitar bend like a reading prayer, let bass say home on the lower air. If courage is quiet, it sounds like this, a breath held true, a moment kissed. Say less, stand still, count to 4, let it fill. A child chases kites near a chain link wall, string line laughing at the threat to fall. His mother holds a spool like a steady moon, teaches him drift is a kind of tune. I learn again what the young already know. You fly by giving the wind more rope, not by yanking heaven to your plan, but by walking honest as a man. A sparrow stencils a dotted hem, from wire to wire, neat and slim. It doesn't explain how the currents blend, just rides in trust on the weight of the wind. Hold that 4 till the doubt grows kind, let your pulse be a gentler mind. If thunder begs to be your friend, shake its hand, then keep the wind. Count to 4 with a longer trust, let the drum be dust, the bronze be rust. If night requests one final grin, exhale slow and hand it the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It clears the room where the loud ones grin, leaves only tools a good life needs. It leans me forward, keeps me thin, enough to fit where mercy is. No crown to straighten, no swords to tend, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Ride it in grass, right.
Counter's cold, cup gone thin, steam left early won't come again. Neon blinks like a tired hymn, door sighs once then, forgives the wind. Sun edges in with a hesitant nod. I drink with ghosts and quiet gods. I used to wake with a siren's plan, chasing a storm like a younger man. Now I count spoons in a vacant inn, silver that learned how to listen within. The clock licks minutes off the wall, a gentle thief who knows it all. I learned to hold what doesn't bruise, to keep one truth and let others lose. The street outside ties up its hair, morning's braid on an honest stare. I stir the cup though the warmth is gone, habit that believes the dawn. Count to four with the ribs, not pride. Let breath decide what words won't ride. If thunder asks for a second shot, tell it not today, I'm better soft. Cold coffee and quiet gods, that's breakfast for the scarred and nod. No choir needed, no king's facade, just a chair that holds my flawed. I lift the cup to the day I've got, to every fire I chose not. There's a photo curled on the bulletin cork, a younger grin with a rusted fork. He thought the world was a door to force. I taught him hinges and the patient course. I used to love like a smuggled flame, too bright to hold, too quick to name. Now love is water in a steady jar, tastes like distance, drinks like star. A sparrow pecks at the window's doubt, small brave heart on a crosstown route. It looks like truth without applause, a perfect rule with kinda laws. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay, let the snare brush sweep away. If yesterday knocks with its louder frauds, serve it cold coffee and quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods. I eat my peace in smaller rods, where thunder begged, I'm counting sod seeds. I planted flaws and claws. I bless the hours the city trods, and sip with ghosts and quiet gods. The waitress writes mercy on a receipt line, be well in ink like a slow design. She says my name like she stores the sound, a coin that comes back double round. I tip her truth, not pity's grin, for the night she's paid in noise and sin. We share a nod that could feed a town, a humble yes that sets cups down. Outside a bus exhales its dread, men bored softer than what they said. I used to measure by who knelt fast, now I measure by who lets past. Count to four, let the piano wait, one note hanging like a held out gate. If pride returns with a metal rod, bend it back with quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, sermon and steam
just decent breath and gentler claws. If grace is real, it minds the sods where roots drink deep with quiet gods. Bring me the letters I never sent, bring me the vows I kept in rent, bring me the locks that learned my hand, bring me the miles that didn't demand. Let the guitar bend where courage heals, let the bass speak truths the mouth conceals. If peace is priced in smaller ways, I'll pay in pauses and honest days. Say less, mean more, hold breath, count 4. Yesterday's news wrings out the ink for softer views. He nods at me like a weathered oath, with strangers sworn to the same slow growth. 2 kids trade marbles near the door, big as planets on a cleaner floor. They share, they argue, then split the sky. Tiny treaties that learn how to try. I taste the bitter that won't turn sweet, a lesson poured where grief and meat. Cold coffee's honest, it doesn't pretend, it stays what it is till the very end. Breathe on 4, let the window glow, let morning shine where the thin lights go. If rage requests its crimson rods, I answer flat, I'm with the gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, I lay my wars in uncut sods. No crown to polish, no iron prods, just steady hands and softer odds. If legacy asks for polished nods, I'll point to steam and quiet gods. There's a church across from the grocery store, spills hymns and coupons under the door. A mother counts change with a prayer's brave math, chooses milk and keeps her path. I've bought 1,000 thundercrats, but mercy taught me better maps. Now when a line divides my mind, I draw a bridge and leave it kind. The ghosts that used to own my lungs hum a lower, humbler tongue. They're not gone, we've made a truce. They watch me choose what I refuse. Hold that for till the heart beats clean. Let strings silo like evergreen. If the night returns with brass applauds, I pour it down for quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet God, breakfast with the honest squads. I toast to every softer clause, to measured winds and better frauds. If feathered waves and sinking suns, terribly young and quiet gods. Breathe out, shadow caught them minutes to every bitch that on.
D minor dawn on a window pane, kettle speaks low like a patient vein, and dust writes mercy where morning grew. I touch the sill to light the brew, and breathe it in like something new. When all that's left of me is quiet, all that remains is true. I kept a ledger etched in bone, names like rivers, debts like stone. I weighed my days on iron scales, told the night my storm-born tales, but metal rusts and thunder tires, water beats the tallest spires. Words are left behind when the brag is through. A chair, a lamp, a faithful screw, a hinge that sings the house to you. Not much to crown, just much to do. I learn to bless the small of you. When I'm done with proving, all that remains is true. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory wants a brighter dew, pour it tea and let it cool. The truth is patient, simple blue. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder folds, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. I hung the suit that wore my fear. Watched the velvet disappear. Silk can't hold a bending heart. Gold can't keep a home from part. I traded heat for humble flame. Lost some glory, found a name. I fixed the gate, I fixed my pace. I left a seat at every place. The letters I never found the time arrived in chores and cleaner lines. A widow's smile the way grief does, half a salt and half a trust. The street said thanks, the hinges too. In oiled metal, truth came through. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns to argue blue, point to the door that swings like new. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. Some I sent, the rest I wore inside the coat that learned me more. The mirror edits what shame would sell, leaves the face that fits me well. Not a savior, not a saint, just a man who learned restraint. I count the rooms that made me new, the sink, the porch, the wooden pew of any chair that held me through. Forgiveness built in grain and glue. No witness needed, nothing due. I breathe, I live and call it true. Hold that 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for one more cue, smile once kindly, you're almost through. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I held too tight. I'll speak them soft and make them right. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon view, feed it supper salt and two. If power asks what it should do, make room at tables, keep love true. Say less
stand plain, count to 4, remain. A child chalks planets on the walk, orbits held by patient talk. She names the small one second try, gives it time to learn the sky. Her mother laughs, the light agrees, folds a ribbon on the trees. Across the lane a neighbor calls, fences holding thanks to all. I wave and carry bread inside, let ordinary be my guide. The room receives my working shoes, floorboards hum their honest news. The house exhales a humble cue. When life is this, the world is true. Count to 4 with a longer trust. Let brass breathe warm above the dust. If history asks what's due from you, answer chairs in time. And true, well, all remains is true. No crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to
Mailbox creaks like an altar hinge, dawn right silver on the garden fringe. Boots on gravel count to 4. Breath comes easy like a settled score. I touch the gate and let it remain. It's quiet living under my name. I spent years teaching thunder to kneel, forged my calm into working steel, signed a city with a smaller pen, paid old debts and paid again. I don't need statues or a louder street. I build my echo where strangers meet, in doors held open in burden split, in choosing repair when rage would fit. A man can vanish and still be true. I stitch my shadow to what I do, let noise go hunt for a brighter flame. I'll keep the silence under my name. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the longer guide. If history shouts like a borrowed claim, answer with hush beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame. It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. I've seen loud crowns rust on cue, gold turn green by the things they do. I've watched bright parades forget the street, leave nothing but paper and hollow feet. The widow next door waters her fern, hums a hymn that refuses to burn. I fix her gate and I don't charge time. We trade 2 nods, both worth a dime. Across the way a kid learns breaks, counts his courage on smaller stakes. I cheer by not becoming stage. Let a room be room for a younger age. If legacy's breath and not a flame, let it be the silence under my name. Breathe on 4 till the bass says stay. Let the snare brush sweet delay. If pride returns with a painted claim, let stillness sign beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame.
It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. I keep a drawer of unmailed lines, letters to bridges and fault lines. Thank yous I owe to forgotten rain, apologies folded without a stain. Some I'll send and some I'll sow, in gardens only the patient know. I prune my anger like winter vines, leave what fruits, cut back the signs. There's a mercy in tasks that don't get seen, a hinge that won't squeal, a floor kept clean. You won't applaud it, you'll simply trust. It's how I learned to polish dust. When heaven audits the quiet game, it checks the silence under my name. Hold that four, let the strings lean low. Let piano say what words won't show. If yesterday begs to be the frame, hang it on silence, sign your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the roof through wind and rain. It turns sharp loss into useful grain. No victory speech, no pointing flame, just a work and breath beneath my name. Bring me the lights I turned down low, so others could stand in a kinder glow. Bring me the times I walked away and left room open for their say. Bring me the locks I learned to oil, the tempers cooled by patient toil. If legacy's true, it's not a crown, it's chairs set close when the tired sit down. Let guitar bend like a vow kept plain, let trumpet rest like a forgiven pain. If I'm remembered, let it remain as the space I made and not my name. Say less, hold fast, count four, let pass. I walk past a shop with a humble glass, where watch hands learn how minutes pass. The owner nods in that language of few, everything working, working and true. A bus exhales, a school bell sings, the morning ties its ordinary strings. This is the choir I choose to lead, by keeping time for simpler need. A rumor tries to borrow my face, I give it no stage, I give it no place. Peace requires a quiet spine, a yes that's small, a faithful line. Write it in sawdust, ink and rain. I hold the silence under my name. Count to four with a softer hand, let the beat arrive like land. If glory knocks in a borrowed frame, offer tea, then keep your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the tools that built my aim. It stores the grain when fields go lame. No bright parade, no gilded claim. I live in the silence under my name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It cradles love without a frame, it guards the weed who fed a claim. If I'm gone and streets remain, let them keep working just the same. Write it in wood and work in grain. I chose the silence under my name, under my name.
exhales like a sleeping flame. The room leans closer, hear my name. A silver curl of smoke takes turn. I wet my lips on the gentle burn. The clock keeps time and velvet clicks. The snare suggests the pulse is fixed. And the night she nods, prepared to learn how power moves in a gentle burn. Keep my heat behind the eyes, a quiet truth that never lies. No spark to boast, no torch to wait, just slow fire other men crave. My shoes write maps across the floor. My breath unlocks a waiting door. The air grows soft, the edges turn. The room is mine by gentle burn. Her perfume slips along the bar, a comet sent from where we are. I tilt the glass, the bass agrees. The organ hums like summer breeze. No rush to chase, no need to prove. I let the silence make the move. One heartbeat more, the doubts adjourn. She draws to me by gentle burn. Ain't no preacher teach this art, to pace the flame and guard the heart. You bank the coals, you slow the turn. You win the night in how you burn. No sudden flash, no reckless churn, just patience fed to what you yearn. And when the nerves begin to yearn, you lift the lid of gentle burn. So pour one for the men who never rush, who stir the room with breath and hush. He laughs low, lets embers turn. He owns the night by gentle burn. It hums like silk, it glows like wine. It draws the soul on its own time. Begging fate to learn. I warm the dark with gentle burn. She finds my gaze and holds it light. Not quite a dare, not quite a fight. Her smile arrives the way he does, a slow reveal the body loves. I trace the rim of crystal glass. Let moments breathe and let them pass. Her hand lifts once, our rhythms turn. We talk in code of gentle burn. I learned to bank the blaze within, to keep the edges smooth and thin, to aim desire like a bow, to make it sing but never show. A whisper here, a measured glance, a shifting weight, a smaller stance, while others flare and then they churn. I hold the line in gentle burn. The man in the mirror tips his head, says, boy, you feed what should be fed. Don't ignite what should be earned. You let the lesson come unspurned. No fury trick, no brittle turn,
just proof in how the embers burn. He taps the glass, the truth returns. Control is heat, the body learns. The band sinks low to clear the lane. The snares a whisper on the grain. The kick a heart beneath the floor. Invites the soul to want for more. A slide guitar like satin thread stitches hush to what I said. The light goes warm, the corners churn. They lean toward the gentle burn. Pour one for the man who knows his heat, who keeps it close and makes it sweet. He hums low, lets embers turn. He rules the room by gentle burn. Raise your glass to the patient flame, to steady hands that never claim. No violent spark, no savage turn, just sovereign calm and gentle burn. A single note becomes a vow, a soft come here without a sound. The rhythm opens like a door. The heat invites, not shouts for more. A hush collects on every face. Desire guided, set in place. The groove unbuttons, line by line. The burn grows gentle by design. I ain't holy, I ain't tame. I simply mastered how to aim. I let the wanting find its shape. I keep the blaze inside the drape. I know the cost of fire's wild. They leave the heart a wayward child. But here I stand where lessons turn. Bass hums low beneath, the kind of heat you can't contain. Her perfume burns through cigarette air. Sin wears silk and she's aware. The lights go soft, the air turns thin. She moves and the world gives in. In the night she breathes, she pulls me in. Whispering velvet sin. Her hands talk slow, they never plead. They draw the lines I swore I'd free. Her lips taste like a final prayer, half redemption, half despair. Each breath she steals feels like reward. Each silence sharper than a sword. The blues hum low beneath her skin. I'm trapped in velvet sin. She don't speak, she just commands. A quiet queen with trembling hands. The candle melts, the bass drops slow. Every beat says what we both know. I ain't holy, but I play pretend. Her eyes don't judge, they just transcend. Every move she makes drags me in, deeper in the velvet sin. No preacher saves the lustful kind. No law restrains the storm in mine. Night forgives what dawn exposes. In heat, the devil wears roses. I feel a pulse beneath the skin. The line is gone, I cave within. And in that sound, that trembling grin, I drown in velvet sin. Like me, who chase what they ain't meant to see. She hums my name through bass and gin. Yeah, that's velvet sin. It moves like smoke, it breathes like flame. Every sigh repeats a name. I ain't fighting, I give in to that velvet sin. The sheets don't lie, they memorize the rhythm born in whispered sighs. Her shadow dances across the wall, a hymn of lust, the night's last call. Each note I play, she turns to ache. Each pause a promise I can't fake. And though I burn, I grin within, lost inside her velvet sin. She said you're calm, but you still crave. Peace don't feel what chaos gave. I laughed slow, said you're not wrong, then kissed the truth we built so long. The baseline throbbed, the air grew tight. Our sins turn gold beneath that light. If heaven calls, I won't begin. I'm standing in velvet sin. Amused, he knows the rules, I just refuse. He said, you traded grace for skin. I said, yeah, but I trade again. No guilt, no plea, no disguise, just truth behind these tired eyes. And in the smoke, she breathes again. That velvet sin. Still moves beneath the shame. The groove don't end, it hums her name. I tried to fight, but lust's too kind. It holds my throat, rewrites my mind. Her kiss tastes like another life, where guilt's a lover, not a knife. I know I'm lost, but I don't resent. Velvet sin. Pour one for the man who burned too slow, who found his peace where sinners go. He hums low in smoke and gin. Yeah, that's velvet sin. Raise your glass to the hearts that fall, to those who feel through it all. No heaven waits, no discipline, just velvet sin. The drums lean soft, the floorboards moan. The sound feels sacred, flesh and bone. Each thump's a pulse, each note's a flame. Each whisper knows the body's name. She laughs, I fade, the lights grow dim. The bass forgives what prayers condemn. And in that sound, that carnal hymn, we worship velvet sin. stay. She just breathes my guilt away. Each echo hums, each tremor spins between the bass and how it begins. And though I fade, I still grin. I'm too
Evening irons, gold on the rose thin seam. Wind folds quiet like a bedtime dream. Gravel counts soft under shoes that know. Piano of birds playing low, 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 low. I don't hurry, there's nothing to flee. The last light falls in step with me. I learned my name in stranger tongues, paid old debts with quieter lungs, turned down parades that stain the street, chose work that leaves a kind of heat. I bargained once with the thunder's feet, now I tip the dust with simplicity. The city behind me lowers its hands, lets go the noise, keeps on its plans. I used to brand my mercy loud, now it walks through an ordinary crowd. No witnesses, no stage to see, just breathe in the last light next to me. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the long, clean guide. If memory calls for a brighter plea, answer with footsteps, small and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done without approving, I keep what I can be. Dust comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Fences leaning like elderly friends, trading the weather, predicting ends. A child chalks planets on the lane, spins a ring around her name. Her mother lifts a grocery bag, I catch the strap before it sags. No sermon there, no debts to weigh, just hip and hand and human day. Across the field a dog recalls a whistle stitched in evening calls. He trots back home uncomplicated, proof that peace can be translated. I thank the years for letting me see how small acts widen what will be. Breathe on forward while the slide notes lean, let the bass say home soft and clean. If pride returns with a megaphone plea, turn the volume down to C. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done without approving, I keep what I can be. Dust comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. There's a bridge of iron over a patient stream, a mirror where I loan my dream. I drop 2 coins, one for grief, one for relief. The taught belief circles wide and then forget. Forgiveness keeps the water wet. I read my face the way we should, enough to know not to be understood. I am my work, the doors I oil, the weeds I pull from common soil. If legacy asks for a brighter key, I hand it hinges that swing quietly.
Count to 4, let the strings inhale, let the trumpet glow like a faithful trail. If yesterday begs for authority, offer a chair, then let it be. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done without approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in a clean backyard. Bring me the steps I marched in vain, I'll walk them home in evening rain. Let's slide guitar band once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory asks for a neon flame, point it to sucker, bread and name. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. Mailbox yawns like a sleepy friend, holds a bill, a note, and the working end. The note says thanks in a sprawling hand for fixing a hinge they couldn't stand. I smile the way a quiet man smiles, folds the paper in quarter miles. There's wealth in chores that no one sees, floors that welcome, roofs that ease. I sweep the walk of a neighbor's place, leave my name off, leave only space. I've learned to earn with gentler tools, humble metals, softer rules. The last light nods in warm decree, you've done enough, come home with me. Breathe on 4, let the lamppost bloom, let evening tidy the living room. If rumor looks for the old marquee, point it to dishes, tea and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with louder proving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, though a stair walks with show. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with
The room leans close like it wants to learn. The bass ticks slow like a measured burn. The lights go low, the noise turns thin. I press my breath and settle in. My watch taps time against my palm. A quiet storm, the weight of calm. In the night she nods, she knows this song. A crown that rests in the weight of calm. I walk that line between steel and silk, where heat runs slow like warm milk. No need to shout, no fist to show. I let my presence set the flow. My shoes draw maps on oak and grain. The snare keeps time inside my veins.
A city bows without alarm to the measured weight of calm.
Cufflinks flash like lightning dead, but thunder hides in how I stare. I lift a glass, the room complies. 1,000 doubts grow civilized. I choose my words like polished stones. I lay them down, they build their throne. The floorboards hum my private song. A kingdom built on the weight of calm.
Ain't no preacher teach a steady hand. You learn by losing what you plan. You trade the roar for something deep, a pace that moves while others sleep. You let the fire dodge the bomb. You hold it close, you keep it warm. And when the storm expects you home, you answer with the weight of calm. So pour one for the man who never rushed, whose silence makes the loud ones hush. He laughs slow, he won't his song. He rules the night with weight of calm. It hums like oak, it sways like steel. A patient force the proud can feel. I ain't begging fate or charm. I move the world with the weight of calm. The band sits back to let me breathe. The organ smoke threads through my sleeve. The guitar bends like tempered wheel, a single note that holds you still. The barmaid nods, she knows this tune. When measured men light up a room. No tempest here, no cheap alarm, just the quiet weight of calm. I learned to fold my anger neat, to iron rage with controlled heat, to close my fist around the wind, to say much less and still contain. I count the beats the drummer hides. I read the eyes the crowd provides. Where others run, I simply song. A win by way to calm. The man in the mirror lifts his chin, says, boy, I see you learn to win. Not by blaze or sharpened tongue, but by the breath you hold in lung. No sword to wave, no flag to claim, just poison patience in your name. He taps the glass, confirms the charm. You're crowned by weight of calm. She enters slow with silver eyes, a question hid in her disguise. She waits to see if I will chase. I let the stillness take her face. A tilt of glass, a glance of grace. No frantic moves, no crowded space. The bass grows warm, the doubts disarm. She understands the weight of calm. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who makes the storm itself subside. He hums low, keeps that song. He crowns the room with the weight of calm. Raise your glass to iron grace, to silent heat and steady pace. No shout, no bluff, no bomb, just sovereign weight of calm. The groove pulls tight like tailored cloth.
simple breeze, a sacred ode. Each note holds back just half a breath. A dance with danger, not with death. I'll set the air in measured harm, a lullaby of weight of calm. The room leans in, the doubts grow small. They fall beneath the weight of calm. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I just refuse the frantic game. I bank my sparks in tempered steel, I spend them slow so fate can kneel. I carry storms in quieter jars, I steer by scars instead of stars. When chaos begs for open palm, I close my hand with the weight of calm. Ain't no choir singing me through, just bass and breath and follow through. No trumpet blast, no gilded bomb, just heartbeat under weight of calm.
Was clean, the whiskey dry. The dawn broke soft across the sky. I swore I'd bury every sin, but the devil just smiled and walked back in. His boots made sound on my quiet floor, each echo louder than before. And the night she smirked with a knowing grin. The devil walked back in. He came with charm, with velvet tone. Said you look calm, but you're alone. I laughed and said those days are gone. He poured a drink, said you're not done. His shadow danced, the glass leaned near, whispering truths I used to hear. And though I prayed, I let him in. The devil walked back in. The bottle sang that old refrain, each drop a memory, each taste the same. The fire rose like it never left, a sweet old wound I call my theft. He said peace is dull, but pain's divine. Let's bleed a bit between the lines. And I fooled with tired grin, said hell pour two, let's begin. No preacher warns of comfort snare, the kind of sin that feels like air. You think you're clean, you think you won, then one small whisper and it's done. The blues don't end, they just pretend to fade a while, then come again. And I smile back without your grin. The devil walked back in. So pour one for the man who tried to heal, who found his calm and lost the deal. He laughed slow, caught in the spin. Yeah, the devil walked back in. It hums like love, it breathes like sin, a dance too sweet to not begin. He ain't seeking peace within, 'cause the devil walked back in. We made a deal, no words, no hands. silence where temptation stands. He said you're tired, but not done yet. You missed the burn, you missed the sweat. I nodded once, like an old friend's game. He knew my face, he knew my name. The light dimmed slow, the air turned thin, when the devil walked back in. Strings cried out beneath my hand, like a preacher lost without command. Each chord cut deep, each band confessed, each note a scar I still possessed. He said, play me one for the sins you keep, the ones that wake you from your sleep. And I obeyed with a crooked grin, when the devil walked back in. The man in the mirror raised his glass, said you knew he'd come, he'd always last. He don't shout, he don't condemn, he just says you're still one of them. I chuckled low, said guess I am a sinner bound by his own hand. And in the smoke beneath my skin, I felt the devil walk back in. The bar lights hum, the silence breaks, the past arrives with all its aches. The taste of guilt, still bittersweet, a rhythm my heart won't delete. He said, boy, the blues ain't gone, it's you. It just sleeps until you call it through. I smile soft and raise my chin to the devil walking in. Pour one for the man who can't resist, who finds his heaven in the twist. He hums low, gives in again. Yeah, the devil walked back in. Raise your glass to the worn and wild, to every lost, corrupted child. No redemption, no amen. The devil walked back in. The night hums deep, the fire grows thin. Old temptation feels like kin. Each snow drips warm with old desire. The blues feed slow on that fire. The smoke curls tight, it feels like skin. I close my eyes and breathe him in. He grins through flame and violence. The devil walked back in. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I know what I can endure. Peace is quiet, but silence burns, and every sinner still returns. He shakes my hand, says you'll be fine. This time you'll own what's truly mine, and not streetlight flickers like a tie-dye. Wind files papers in the midnight sky. One step, two step, echoes keep score. My shadow walks ahead to check the door. No throne tonight, no jury to tame. Just me and a road that remembers my name. learned to travel with a smaller flame, to warm my hands without calling fame, pocket the thunder, lease the rain, spend my silence like I'm buying pain. The buildings nod the way old men do. They know the years and the rent come due. I don't ask mercy to change his mind. I just walk straighter and pay on time. It's true that only the pavement tells, in the seams of the city where patience dwells. My heartbeat counts like a warm bass drum. Fall to the soul till the fears go numb. I don't need choir, I don't need crown. I'll polish my footsteps and put them down. Count to 4 with the ribs, not the tongue. Let the breath hold steady where the song began young. If the night wants secrets, let the night refrain. The road already knows my name. The road remembers my name. Every mile, every vow I couldn't explain. It holds my weight without complaint, turns my rage to a thinner paint. I walk without banners of blame, and still the road remembers my name. I used to measure worth by noise, by how fast men turned into boys. Now I measure by what I spare, who gets to keep their little share. The river under bridges hums a hymn for late and lonesome ones. It sings of bargains I didn't take, of a softer hand I learned to make. No entourage, no last demand, just a pocket watch and a steady hand. I keep the hour like a borrowed tune, let patience gather like a later moon. If history knocks with a bleeding fist, I open the window and let out the mist. Breathe on the floor, let the snare brush slow, let the string pad bloom and then let go. If pride asks loud to be renamed, tell it the road remembers my name. The road remembers my name. Every scar I turned into aim. It doesn't praise, it doesn't blame, it just holds stride when the world plays games. I give the night my simplest claim. I'm here, I'm home, and the road knows my name. There's a diner with a stubborn light, a bell that rings like it forgives the night. The waitress pours mercy in a chip blue cup, says you look like someone who keeps getting up. I laugh the way a quiet man laughs, short and true with the edges half. I tip the jar for the prayer she keeps, for the janitor's gospel and the cook who weeps. We don't trade testimonies, we trade the air. A little more honest, a little less glare. Then back to the sidewalk's honest frame. It nods again, it knows my name. Hold that 4, let the piano blink. One note hanging on the edge, I think. If memory begs me to play its game, I wave and walk, the road knows my name. The road remembers my name. When love was a fever and I learned to abstain, when anger was copper on a lightning chain, when losses were teachers I had to entertain. I didn't win, I learned to remain, that's enough. The road remembers my name. Bring me the miles I wore too fast, bring me the hours that chose to last. Bring me the letters I never sent, the anger I folded till it went. Let the guitar bend where the breath won't go, let the bass say yes when the doubts say no. If purpose is simple, it sounds like this: a footstep that doesn't need applause to exist. Breathe, past a church with a crooked sign. It whispers grace to the unaligned. I don't go in, but I understand. Some doors you honor by staying a man. Across the street a pawn shop sleeps, dreaming of rings and the hands they keep. I used to trade tomorrow for a sharper crown. Now I trade perfection for laying it down. There's a widow watering a hanging fern. She waves like someone who had to learn how to love the world that took her world. I tip the brim and the flags unfurl. D minor moon in a narrow frame. It paints my coat and spells my name. Slow and low, let the strings exhale. Let the trumpet whisper like a faithful trail. If fate requests a loud acclaim, I sign with quiet, the road knows my name. The road remembers my name. In the plot lines I refuse to flame. In the doors I open without a claim. In the boys who gotta walk home the same. No medal required, no public acclaim. Just this, the road remembers my name. The road remembers my name. Through every silence I learned to frame. Through every storm I chose to tame. Through every mercy I let remain. Write it in asphalt, write it in rain. I walk, I breathe, I'm still the same. No witness needed, no trumpet flame. I'm home wherever the road knows my name. Streetlight blinks and settles true. Wind files nothing.
D minor dawn on a water skin. Miss writes cursive where banks begin. Gravel listen, reeds lean slow. Piano of droplets counting go. I touch the rail and feel time run. This river moves but forgets no one. I've walked beside this faithful vein, through winter glass and summer rain. It kept my secret, learned my stride, filed my anger, gentle pride. I threw a stone when I was young, a vow that bent a stubborn tongue. The circles widened, found their sum, they're singing still, the river's drum. I thought I left those echoes then, but water keeps what shapes a man. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory begs for a brighter gun, point to the current. It forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we called and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Folds a letter thin and drops it in like a trusted hymn. Fence still holds her script confessed. The water tucks it to its chest. 2 kids throw sticks and count to 4. Each choice chooses its farther shore. They cheer for the one that learns to bend. They watch the stubborn sinking end.
I nod like maps that finally know you move by yielding more than gold. What couldn't listen came undone, but mercy swam, it drowned no one. Breathe on forward, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a hurried tongue, set it to water, it forgives no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I read them here and tear them slow, like petals training grief to grow. The pages drift in softened bits, become a school of tender wits. A carp turns once, a heron bows. The river signs the gentler vows. It doesn't lift me out of pain, it teaches names for honest rain. I learned to stand where truths are spun, not to be spotless, just become. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a borrowed gun, show it these banks, they shoot no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let finger pick guitar bend once, then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sun, feed it bread by the river's run. Because power without kindness is only one, and rivers keep the ledger, they forget no one. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Across the bend, a factory wall, rust and ivy equal draw. The river eats the iron's pride, turns red to brown, then lets it slide. Even the worst it learns to lift, not to pretend but give it drift. A bottle note inside my hand, a boy's small script, a future plan. I'll learn to fix, I'll learn to stay, I'll make the doors behave this way. I seal it back and trust the run, some other shore will meet that sun. Hold that 4, let rim click, pray, let mercy sign the day. If history asks what we've become, point at the water, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. Write it in reeds and walking stones, in bridges strong and humbler homes. No brightest crown, no loud enthroned, just breathe and bread and labor grown. clock calls 12, the bottle breathes slow. A shadow moves where the lost men go. There's a silence deep enough to drown, and a voice inside saying, boy, don't turn around. The smoke curls like a memory in a slow parade. Each breath a story I never made. And the night, she listens, but don't forget. I walk through smoke and a dozen lies, the kind that dance behind tired eyes. A little half burned, a promise half kept. I drink with the ghosts I ain't buried yet. Every truth I held turned to sand, slipping through the cracks of my callous hand. The city hums a hymn of sin and flame. Still, midnight knows my name. The jukebox hums a forgotten tune. It bleeds through walls like a silver wound, and every note reminds me again how easy we fall, how slow we mend. I see faces in the whiskey glass, flickers of a time I let slip past. The sound of footsteps fades the same, but midnight still whispers my name. Ain't no preacher in this town tonight, only shadows that flicker under neon light. You can pray all day, but pain still stays. It learns your voice and calls your name. It lingers soft like perfume's ache, a love you couldn't fix, a heart you break. And when the world forgets your claim, midnight remembers just the same. So pour one for the man who won't be saved, for the fighter smiling at the empty grave. He laughs slow with a taste of shame. Yeah, midnight knows my name. She owns my sins in a velvet tone, each note cut deep into the bone. I ain't seeking glory, just a flame, 'cause midnight knows my name. Lipstick stains on a folded bill, and a scent of danger that lingers still. Every memory costs the same, a little blood, a little blame. The bar light flickers like her eyes did once, gentle but sharp as a loaded gun. If love's a crime, I took the blame. Now midnight calls my name. I chased the wind through motel doors, found nothing but silence and slamming floors. Somewhere between mercy and pride, I learned to breathe where hope had died. The curtains whisper where she used to stand, her ghost still warm in the palm of my hand. And though I left, I stayed the same. Midnight carved my name. The man in the mirror don't blink no more. He's seen it all, the lies, the war. He just smirks and says, boy, you knew this world don't heal, it just tattoos you. The ink runs deep in veins of rust, turns every promise into dust. You keep your soul, but lose the game, and midnight knows your name. I used to write dreams on a torn receipt. Now they fade like the dust beneath my feet. She said love's a gun with a velvet aim. Now I carry your words like a scar in a flame. The wind outside plays a hollow chord. My silence louder than any word. The dark feels kind, the pain feels tame, 'cause midnight knows my name. Just the same, and midnight knows my name.
Velvet on the barrel, lipstick on the rim. Glass makes a halo where the low lights dim. Laughter in the doorway fades like a bribe, or hush signs, papers that a shout can't write. I don't hurry destiny, I make it right. Slow as a serpent that knows it's alive. Snap of a match, river of smoke. Every oath in the room remembers how I spoke. If temptation is a weapon, I call it mine. Honey on the edge with an iron spine. He stepped like a verdict, gold at her throat. A comma in the sentence only kings can quote. I said danger, mouth said prove. Hip like a metronome telling the groove. She drew her heart in the fog of my glass and smudged it clean with the back of her laugh. Baby, she said, what buys you calm? Time, I said, in the feel of my palm. I count by silences, tax them like rain, stack them like bills in a patient man's brain. The piano confessed in D minor size, while the horn bargained daylight from night's disguise. She touched the cufflinks, silver and cold, found a reflection in the story I told. Don't reach for my pulse if you don't know the deal. I'm soft to the touch, but the softness is steel. Her smile drew blood without leaving a mark. I signed with a nod and she lit the dark. If desire is a ledger, then here's the figure. Every sweet nothing is a velvet trigger. Breathe slow, let the room lean in. Sugar on a tongue, gun under the grin. Call it love, call it ransom, call it art. Every gentle touch is a blade with a heart. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case. Let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling figure, one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Backroom choir hums through the vents, brass like incense, sins like sense. The dealer blinked twice, the waiter looked away. Somewhere a rumor forgot what to say. She traced the map of the scars I don't show, named every street by the secrets I know. Where does it hurt? She asked with a grin. In the places I went, I said and went again. Her perfume wrote scripture on a leather banquet, a gospel of wagers I don't regret. I've learned to forgive what I never allowed. I've learned to be quiet when quiet is loud. She put her hand where a holster might be, found only patience and keys to the sea. Is it love or a lesson? She breathed near my ear. It's whatever survives after smoke and fear. The band bent notes till the ceiling curved, and time like a valet waited and served. If mercy is a currency, I'm a careful giver. I tip the night with my velvet trigger. I learned restraint from a loaded dawn, from a door I could open but chose to yawn, from a rival who guessed and a friend who knew that patience is cheaper than cleaning the room. The city keeps secrets in the teeth of the rain and writes their initials on subway stains. She asked for a truth I never recite, so I gave her a silence tuned just right. Promise me something you can't rescind. Alright, I said I won't pretend. If a crown must weigh, I'll let it weigh. If a love must cost, I'll gladly pay. Her laugh walked barefoot across my nerves, balanced a blade on a curve that curves. Steady now, let the strings draw near, make the bass confess what the brave won't hear. Paint the silence black, edge it in silver, kiss like a verdict from a velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case, let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling fate with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Breathe through the fuse, don't rush the fire. Let restraint be the choir's choir. When the night leans in like a careful giver, sign with a kiss from the velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case, let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling fate with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Velvet trigger. Velvet trigger. Velvet trigger. Velvet trigger.
Lights stand out till they're barely a thread. The door takes a bow like it's paying its debt. I leave 2 bills and a promise to deliver. To left Ash Clown Low, to Light Squad River. And a fitty bitty SR bus, West Grando. You level to home. He's this task. A velvet trigger. Trigger. Oh, velvet trigger. D minor dawn inside a quiet frame. Steam writes cursive on the window pane. Chair takes breath, floor keeps time. Kettle hums a single line. I touch the knob, the brass the same. Even if I go, the room still knows my name. I left my thunder on the porch swing rail, hung up proof like a retired tale. Kept only tools that mend and stay, an oiled hinge, a light of day. There's sawdust in the afternoon, a stray blue nail like a small old moon. Every corner keeps a gentler aim to hold a man and not his fame. I've spoken softer than I came, and when I leave, the room will say my name. Count to 4 with the ribs not pried. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks like a neon claim, smile once and let the room say your name. The room still knows my name in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. The sink remembers how I prayed, not with words but cups I made. Porcelain, patience, soap and dawn, rinsing the iron from what I'd worn. The table bears a kinder scar, where bread was split and peace sat down. A letter folded near the jar, your hinge holds well, we keep it sound. The clock leans back, decides to stay. Time walks barefoot through the day. I stand more still than when I came in here. The room, it peered my name. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a final game, pour tea, let the room say your name. The room still knows my name in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. A coat on the hook with a quiet wrist, lined with apologies I almost missed. I pull it close, it warms the bone, a map to places I've outgrown. I listen for the houses I've repaired, porches breathe and hinges spared. Chairs that learn to softer ground, doors that open, voices round. The neighborhood hums a gentle claim. We recognize each other's names. But if I drift beyond this street, the floorboards keep my measured feet. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. Thunder begs for brighter blame. Turn down the lamp, let the room speak your name. The room still knows my name, in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll say them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once, then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants one last acclaim, point at the chair that knows my name. Say let's stand plain, count to 4, remain. A widow's thank you on the sill. 3 words steady as a hill. Fence still stands, that's all she wrote. Enough to keep a man afloat. 2 kids outside rehearse their breaks, argue stars and second takes. Their mother laughs, the street agrees. Light rides patient on the trees. I learned to vanish from the stage, to leave a quieter, useful page. So when I go beyond this frame, the broom remembers how I came. Hold that 4-letter rim, click pray. Let mercy sign the day. The doors swing slow like they know my name. The bass walks steady, the night feels tame. A hush comes down like a velvet cloak. I light the match, raise the smoke. The room leans in with a silver grin. Power speaks softer than a violin. In the dark she nods, she's seen this road. I wear my calm like a heavy coat. I move like thunder you don't quite hear. Close cuts through the glass, no fear. I traded rage for a colder flame. Let silence do the heavy game. My shoes say little, my eyes say more. I own the room without the roar. Every breath is a quiet stroke, a crown you only see in smoke. The mirror lights on, the bottles gleam. The floor remembers where I've been. Caught my cold in nights like this. No wasted word, no reckless kiss. The band plays low, the snare says wait. The clock keeps time with measured fate. I take my seat, the world takes note. The crown you only see in smoke. Ain't no preacher teaching this control. It's learned by losing what you stole. You trade your thunder for a pulse. You tame the beast, you kill the fall. Let pride dissolve, let fear revoke. Wear patience like a tailored cloak. And when the noise begins to choke, you rise, a crown in smoke. So pour one for the man who ruled the room, with quiet hands and eyes that bloom. He laughs low, no need to boast. He wears a crown the night can't host. It hums like silk, it cuts like oak. A power born of calm and knows I ain't begging fate or hope. I wear my crown in smoke. She walks on past with a sideways glance, a little test, a noble dance. I tip my glass, the message lands. I leave with silence, not my hands. No sudden moves, just measured grace. No chase required to win the race. Let others burn, let others choke. I hold my crown in smoke. I built my laws on steel and skin, on debts I paid and fights I didn't know. Easy wins, no cheap applause, just bruised respect and final call. I lose the rush, I keep the soul. I play the long, deliberate role. When tempers break and bargains croak, I breathe the crown in smoke. The man in the mirror lifts his brow, says, son, you finally learned it now. Power ain't loud, it's poison proof. It's how you stand beneath the roof. No grin required, no sharpened blade, just presence, other men obeyed. A nod once slow, the lesson spoke. A crown you only see in smoke. The bass grows on, the snare keeps time like a heartbeat charm. A whisper passes table to table, respect untold, a living fable. No name announced, no banner flown, just gravity that I've outgrown. The air gets thick, the doubts go broke. They see my crown in smoke. Pour one for the man who don't compete, who wins by never leaving his seat. He hums low, he holds the note. Yeah, he wears a crown in smoke. Raise your glass to the steel that's kind, iron, calm, and discipline. Mine no roar, no shove, no cloak, just a quiet crown in smoke. Lights descend to amber gold. The groove grows wide, the pulse grows bold. Each note declares without a word the simplest law I ever heard. Own your breath, unlock the yoke. Let patience wrap you up in smoke. And when the room leans close to choke, exhale the crown in smoke. I press my will, I move the night by standing still. And when the doubts rise up to joke, they drown beneath my smoke. Ain't no choir singing my name, just bass and breath and tempered flame. No trumpet blast, no drums that poke, just the hush that crowns the yoke. The strong don't beg, the wise don't poke. They float their names on rings of smoke. And when the noise begins to choke, I smile my crown in smoke.
Crown
steady hands, and thunder weighed on silent plans. I seen rage lose to patient art.
The whiskey burned, but it don't cleanse. I've outlived enemies, outlasted friends. The mirror grins with a borrowed face, a ghost of pride, a hollow grace. The smoke don't rise, it just abides between my truth and what hides inside. In the night, she smirks, she's seen my vice. The man I'm buried twice. I buried him young, with charm and fire. Thought ambition could take me higher. I wore his name like a velvet lie. Smiled to strangers, let the real one die. The crowd applauded, the world agreed, but all they saw was my disease. And though he breathed, I cut his tie. The man I buried twice. He came back slow through empty rooms and whisper smoke and unpaid tune. I heard him hum through my guitar, a voice too close, a wound too far. He said you built the dream but lost the soul. You played the part but paid the toll. I poured a drink, looked in his eyes at the man I buried twice. No preacher saved what I became, just echoes whispering my name. You can trade your youth for gold and fame, but you can't cheat loss, it's the same old game. The blues don't heal, it just implies the truths, the death the soul supplies. And when I pray I hear his sighs, the man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, one I killed to let me win. He laughed slow, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just a man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, the one I killed to let me win. He laughs slow, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just a man I buried twice. The glass don't lie, it cracks instead. Every line's a thing I said. Each wrinkle hums a quiet sin of who I was and could have been. I tried to run, I tried to hide, but he walks with me side by side. And every silence redefines the man I buried twice. I tell the night my secret crime, that I stole my truth to buy some time. I traded love for a louder cheer, and all that's left is the man right I pay the price to the man I buried twice. The man in the mirror grins and gray, says you're still me, you just decay. He don't shout, he don't curse my name. He says we're both just built from blame. He lights a smoke, says let's be clear, you're still the reason I'm still here. And as the blues repeats its advice, he smiles, the man I buried twice. He said, I watched you drown in golden fame, watched you chase pride, forget your name. I tried to warn, but you wouldn't hear. Now you're the ghost that I revere. I asked him low, can I return? He said, no flame reclaims its burn. I closed my eyes, rolled my dice with the man I buried twice. Pour one for the man who lost his soul, who paid his dues but not his toll. He still hums low through fire and ice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. Raise your glass to the ones who fall, to the proud who built their own downfall. No redemption, just advice from the man I buried twice. The smoke curls high, the truth unfolds. The blues don't age, it just grows old. Each note I bend bleeds something true of who I was, of who I knew. The room falls still, the air precise, it echoes, the man I buried twice. And in that hush, no faith, no lie, it's just the man I buried twice. I ain't holy, I ain't right, but I made peace with endless night. He stands beside me, calm and plain, the shadow that carries my refrain. He hums the truth through every line that I can't reclaim. What once was mine, still I toast beneath these skies. The man I buried twice.
Daylight sits quiet on a workbench scar. Dust makes halos where the tools now are. Piano breath, a low D chord. My hands remember what they're for. No crowd, no clout that needs a jury. Just honest work with hands without hurry. I hammered my youth to a louder law, built fast kingdoms out of raw. The nails look brave till the boards pull thin. Speed was a show I kept within. Now I square the wood till corners rest. Let patience choose which cut is best. I sand the edge till the splinters learn that time is a teacher that doesn't burn. I oil the hinge and watch it sing, a quiet art. spares the spring. The door behaves like a truer story. That's what you get with hands without hurry. Count to 4 on the ribs, not eyes. Let breath be the rule that squares your lies. If pride says faster, smile and defer. What's meant to last prefers the slower. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, oh, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. Oh, the street outside wears a softer shoe, the kind that walks what it means to do. A neighbor waves with a fence half broke. We trade 2 planks and a lighter yoke. He says I rushed it, I say we've all then measured twice, so boards don't fall. We share the weight on the end that bites, leave room for swelling on rainy nights. He breathes like someone who found his floor. I find my peace at his front door. The screw seats slow till threads find glory. Another job done with hands without hurry. Breathe on full, let the snare stay low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If yesterday begs for a faster story, let today reply. Hands without hurry. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. I've learned the grammar of a grain and glue, how keep secrets, how maple's true, how mercy sands down a jagged word, how screws don't strip if your faith's not hurried. I fix a chair where a child will climb, build in a rhythm that honors time. My knuckles wear a wiser stain, not blood, not brag, but honest grain. I keep a box of screws I save for days when lack meets a love I braved. A measured drawer labeled ordinary glory, a craftsman's gospel, hands without hurry. Count to 4 till the pulse sits right. Let strings bow warmth instead of might. If thunder lobbies for his story, let hinges vote for hands without hurry. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. And bring me the locks I slam for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I carved too deep. I'll plane them smooth where children sleep. Hey, bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a quicker glory, teach it a slower, better story. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. The evening leans through an open frame, paint dries level without a name. I write the date on the windowsill, sign it small so the house stands still. A letter waits with a grateful line. About that table holds just fine. I
is a life that passes through. Soup on Sunday, a story's glory. Feet on floors, cured without hurry. And hold that fall, let the rim click fade. Let patience harvest what time has made. If pride asks who will tell your story, I'll point at the doors that open surely. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no board jury, just work made right by hands without hurry. I touch the bench where a boy will learn, teach him the grain and how clamps turn. He asks, why wait if we know it fits? Because I say wood has its wits. Because a laugh is a house you build.